might be.
Sure! I think there are lots of things in this world that no one can see very clearly, you know? I mean, there's nothing that can't be seen if you try looking. But we shut our eyes to them on purpose, because seeing them is too hard, too painful. That's why our eyes are shut. I think photographs let us see things through someone else's eyes. So even though we're blind, we're sort of able to see. Something like that.
What is an obvious thing? We tend to miss things that happen to be right in front of us. Are people willfully blind of what doesn't affect them? Or is it a prolapse in the brain that overloads our functions to see? Margaret Hefferson believes in the concept of willful blindness. If you could have known and should have known, something that instead you strove not to see. Whether individual or collective, willful blindness doesn't have a single driver, but many. It is a human phenomenon to which we all succumb in matters little and large. We can't notice and know everything. The cognitive limits of our brain simply won't let us. That means we have to filter or edit what we take in, so what we choose to let through and to leave out is crucial. We mostly admit the information that makes us feel great about ourselves, while conveniently filtering whatever unsettles our fragile egos and most vital beliefs. This basic mechanism of keeping ourselves in the dark plays out in just about every aspect of life. An orphan, taken in by assassins after the fall of her village. One man named Siam and his apprentice Alfard. She filled the role of elder sister, and he her adoptive father figure. As a child, she was born with a rare genetic mutation called synesthesia. This causes her to see the world differently. She's able to read through people and their intentions. Siam took her in and trained her, giving her the new name Canaan, as the symbol to represent the promised land. Being a synesthete, Canaan sees the world through her senses, connected as one, usually seeing the world as a sort of black and white cover of what it actually is. She usually sees people as a certain color. Siam was her special person. She saw him as a goldish yellow aura. Siam taught her everything he knew, and she became one of the best. Siam, Canaan, and Alfard went on a mission together. This ended in the death of Siam by Alfard's hands and the disappearance of Alfard. After losing her adoptive father, she became a hired mercenary, fueled on by hatred to track down Alfard and get Siam's revenge. However, she would only end up finding a girl named Maria Osawa, someone who set up her growth from hatred. About 2 years later, since Canaan and Maria had seen each other, in that time, Maria has become a freelance photographer. She's given a job to capture photos in Shanghai, China of the culture with her new reporter partner, Mr. Minoru Minorikawa, aka, as she calls him, Mr. Mino. Within the city, after dark, Shanghai was having its annual festival. Many of its festival goers crowding the streets, many different kinds of spectacles, a dragon spouting water, and fireworks galore. Maria, in awe, was taking many pictures of everything she could see. She noticed 2 kids run past her, having fun, darting past a man and posing for a photo. She soon realized that the man had died. However, no one seemed to notice or even care for that matter. Snapping a photo quickly, two men approached, seemingly to do the same thing to Maria. But she was quickly snatched up and saved by Canaan, pulling her into her world, one where death could be around every corner. Mr. Mino finally notices that Maria was missing. Looking past all the spectacle of Shanghai, looking for Maria, he starts to notice gunshots during the fireworks and many people scaling buildings and chasing Canaan. He doesn't understand how people aren't noticing the cloaked individuals and the damage they're seeming to cause. Mr. Mino gets a few photos, and all the assailants seem to disappear.
Let's eat something delicious. Are you all right, Canaan?
Up till now, the colors have taught me everything. What people are thinking, they're feeling. If they're trembling in fear, it's green. If they're hungry, gray. If they're killers, blue. But I don't understand. It's like I'm walking around with my eyes closed, and yet it shines. Everything shines.
Perception. What we see is what's directly in front of us. Whether it's positioned in front of us or we choose to block it from our minds. Most of us aren't born with the ability to see others' intentions. So what we choose to ignore is usually within our own self-interest, or the interest in who or whatever doesn't want you to see it. However, the closest thing to the answer is usually right in front of you. All you have to do is open your eyes a little and look at the full picture.
Canaan is alive. Her life shines so brightly. If I were to look at her directly, it would be too bright. But even if it would burst my eyes, I think I can at least stare at her now. I'm sure that's just the story of a normal girl.
Thank you to everybody who made it to the end of this video. This video was supposed to come out Wednesday or Thursday, but that did not happen because I ended up re-recording the video about 7 different times because I didn't like takes, or I just had an entirely new idea that I wanted to throw in the video. However, I do realize that making these video essays is going to particularly be a longer process than I thought they were ultimately. So every video essay will probably end up coming out every Saturday or Sunday if my schedule doesn't end up getting completely twisted and messed up. But thank you again for making it to the end of this video. I can't wait until next week so the next one comes on. I hope you guys enjoy.